Our next guest has spent a year choosing, researching, and of course practicing for one of the biggest highlights in her career so far. Florida Orchestra violinist Sarah Shellman joins me to share her journey for an upcoming performance. How are you, Sarah? Welcome.
Thank you. I'm well.
So most people are probably like, wait a second, did we just say spent that long on one performance? And the answer is yes. Explain why.
Well, playing a concerto is one of the most stressful and exhilarating things a musician can do. And it's just me up there in front of the orchestra. So I have got to be on my game. Everything has to be exactly right from a technical standpoint, a musical and emotional standpoint. And I don't want to leave anything to chance. So I start preparing very, very early. I need to choose the piece. I need to practice the piece. I need to polish the piece. And that takes time to internalize.
And let's go ahead and give an idea. 23-minute piece, correct?
Correct.
That's the biggie. So now that we know how long a piece we're talking about, let's talk about those elements that you just kind of listed. Choosing. Why did you choose the piece for this special performance?
I knew of Anna's work from a summer festival that I do out in California every year, the Cabrillo Festival of Contemporary Music. And so I really loved her music, and when the Florida Orchestra gave me the opportunity to pick a concerto, I knew I wanted to play something contemporary and something by a woman.
I love that.
And so Anna's music fit the bill on both accounts, and I think she's a lovely person, and I love her music in general.
That's a pretty good reason why, especially the female take there. I'm curious, when you are practicing for something that is 23 minutes, do you just start at the beginning and continue through, or what are some of the techniques that you use to be able to memorize such an important and lengthy piece?
Well, I generally would start by trying to take the piece as a whole, working through from start to finish.
Okay.
Putting very basic, we call them fingerings, in the part to know where my fingers are going to have to go to play the music. Putting bowings in, which is whether my bow is moving up or down on any given note. So that's the most basic thing. Be able to do that from start to finish, maybe get a general idea of how it feels to play at the tempo or where I'm going to have to get it.
So like a walkthrough, kind of.
Exactly. And then I'll start whittling it down from there. It's almost like taking a giant piece of granite and sculpting it into the shape that you want. So I'll go, and sometimes I'll work through start to finish. Other times I'll work intensively on sections, just trying to get a feel for all facets of the piece.
And here we are. The performance is near.
Yes.
You and I were talking too. I love that she's obviously a very talented musician, but she also has some talented fashion too. I touched a little bit earlier. Known for your shoes, which are pretty fabulous today. Talk about what you are going to wear.
Well, I'm unfortunately not wearing Fluvogs for all three performances. I love my Fluvog shoes just a little bit, but I only have one pair for one of those performances. I have 3 dresses, couldn't narrow it down.
One each performance.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes. I'll leave the audience to discern which is which, but I bought one new. I had one fitted that I found at a vintage shop in Berkeley a couple summers ago.
Cool memories with that.
Full on 70s, and the final was my mother's dress in the 70s that she used to wear to weddings.
And you say your mother is going to be at the performance as well, and people at home, if you want to also be at this wonderful performance, there you see it on your screen, and we are going to get a little highlight of you.
I'll be playing a short verse of Danny Boy, which is also known as London Derriere.
Well, we'll let you take it away.
Thank you.